is a flagship program of the African Development Bank's Feed Africa strategy. It seeks to double crop, livestock, and fish productivity by expanding access to productivity-increasing technologies for over 40 million smallholder farmers across Africa. Since 2018, and with support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, BMGF, TAAT scales proven technologies for integration in large-scale agriculture projects financed by the African Development Bank, helping to drive agricultural transformation across the continent. TAAT is a partnership that brings together key stakeholders in a unique delivery framework. TAAT provides technology expertise and technical assistance through 11 commodity compacts, supported by 3 enabler compacts. The TAAT Program Management Unit oversees the compact activities, while TAAT Clearinghouse is responsible for vetting technologies and marketing them to the public and private sector partners. The Clearinghouse actively sources the best technologies and innovations from the CGIAR and other developers. These are profiled, vetted through an independent committee, and showcased on the TAAT online e-catalogs. Thanks to support from the BMGF, TAAT offers 3 e-catalogs for decision-makers in governments, the private sector, and development partners. Each e-catalog presents technology profiles, prioritizing information that is particularly relevant to the audience. The e-catalogs provide powerful functionality to help users locate the technologies they need, a search tool, filters, and easy browsing from a preview list. Profiles can be translated in major languages, and a 1-page summary, or pitch, of the profile can be downloaded in PDF format. Users can create collections of selected technologies. They are called toolkits and use the exact search and filter interface as the e-catalogs. Toolkits can be shared as links or saved as collections of pitches in PDF format. We currently showcase over 140 agricultural technologies and always look for new ones to add. The technologies featured in the e-catalogs are used by country engagement and private sector engagement teams to advise governments and private sector decision-makers on the best technologies for their projects. What is country engagement? Country engagement is the brokerage of TAAT-vetted technologies to decision-makers and government officials, ensuring that proven technologies are integrated into large-scale agricultural investment projects. These projects are financed through sovereign loans and grants provided by the African Development Bank and other international financial institutions. How is country engagement implemented? When the Clearinghouse receives an invitation from African Development Bank and other international financial institutions to join a project design mission or subsequent missions, it mobilizes experts from TAAT compacts and forms a country engagement team. The team matches its country intelligence with TAAT-vetted technologies from the e-catalogs to produce a compelling value proposition for a specific project. The value proposition is presented to decision-makers and government officials for their buy-in, resulting in the inclusion of game-changing technologies and technical assistance in large-scale agricultural investment projects. What has been achieved? From 2022 to date and with support from the BMGF, TAAT country engagement effort has resulted in 1. The integration of 70 cases of TAAT technologies into 14 projects and incorporation of technical assistance in 21 projects across 24 countries, financed through the African Emergency Food Production Facility, AEFPF, which is the African Development Bank's emergency response to the food crisis in Africa because of the Russian war in Ukraine. TAAT influenced $857 million worth of investments financed by AEFPF. Of this amount, $4.13 million was allocated to the TAAT compacts by recipient countries for implementation support to deploy the technologies through the AEFPF projects. 2. 136 cases of TAAT technologies were integrated into 17 projects financed through the AFDB's African Development Fund, which provides concessional financing to the bank's regional member countries. In total, TAAT influenced $1.7 billion worth of investments financed through the African Development Fund. Of these, the recipient allocated $12.5 million to TAAT compacts for implementation support to deploy technologies. Looking forward, the Clearinghouse has mapped pipeline investment projects of African Development Bank, World Bank, Islamic Development Bank, ISDB, and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, for the period 2024 to 2030. They include African Development Bank large-scale agricultural investments under formulation during 2024 and 2025 are worth $1.632 billion. ISDB, IFAD, and World Bank pipeline large-scale agricultural investments worth $2.944 billion have been mapped in partnership with Global Center on Adaptation, GCA, for 2024 and 2025. Additionally, the African Development Bank pipeline's large-scale investment projects and projects of other international financial institutions have been mapped in partnership with GCA for 2025 to 2030 and are worth $1.754 billion. Lastly, the Dakar 2 Food Security Delivery Compacts are mapped from 2025 through 2030 and are worth $62.9 billion. TAAT's focal commitment to food systems transformation is incomplete without its deliberate engagement with the private sector. The private sector is a critical partner in driving innovation and investment. By adopting and scaling up new technologies, it contributes to revolutionizing agricultural practices, increasing incomes, and improving the livelihoods of farmers in Africa. Private sector engagement challenges include non-responsive technologies, complex scientific language, and inadequate assessment of their needs. From these challenges, we've learned the importance of making technologies more responsive to the private sector, using clear business language, and conducting situational analyses to better understand critical private sector actors. TAAT's private sector engagement includes linking the private sector with large-scale agricultural investment programs, directly engaging the private sector to adopt TAAT technologies, participating in major agricultural events and fairs to reach out and establish connections. Two important initiatives support this strategy. The African Cereal and Legume Breeding Consortium ACLBC was created in collaboration with the African Seed Trade Association, AFSTA. ACLBC is scaling the adoption of elite varieties and hybrid seeds through defined protocols, facilitating farmer access to essential seed technologies. TAAT is conducting comprehensive landscape assessments to map the private sector within crucial commodity value chains in countries where we work. This approach allows us to tailor communication strategies to local contexts, ensuring our engagement with the private sector is both relevant and effective. Some of our achievements include 22 private seed companies adopting 40 climate-smart, TAAT-vetted seed technologies. 20 more cases of adoption are in advanced stages. Engaging the private sector is a challenge we are happy to take on. Coordinated and timely actions are essential in connecting with the private sector for greater achievements. The TAAT Clearinghouse continues to establish strategic partnerships with international financing institutions, CGIAR, SROs, national governments, and the private sector. It develops its connections and collaborations with research institutions and other technology providers, including the private sector and NAS, to add new climate-resilient technologies to its e-catalogs. TAAT envisions its future as a global gateway for deploying vetted CGIAR technologies in developing countries leveraging international financial institutions' funding. In this light, TAAT appreciates the support of the African Development Bank, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and a host of our partners and stakeholders as we facilitate African food systems transformation.